Alright, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of What If Deku had ink slash art quirk. And I finally got the picture of Angelica. You know, this is a picture of her. Basically the opposite of Bendy. She's an ink angel. Basically. So, I think where I last left off, Deku was 14. Yeah, Deku's personality, he's more of a laid back character. And more laid back. And he do things on his own will. He's not really that disrespectful, but he acts more chill, and he don't let anybody deteriorate him. And because he did live with that police officer, for at least 4 years, he lived with him 4 years. So Deku did, like I said, he went to school, he caught up with everything on his grades and stuff like that. And the police officer do give Deku trouble because Deku do be doing things that he's not supposed to do. Like riding his motorbike throughout the streets, and he don't have a license. Deku now has a license for his motorbike and his car. What you want to say? They gave it to Deku. So today is 10 months training all went over. Deku's quirk is stronger, and he can control now. Well, he hasn't activated it yet, but since he's getting more control with his ink, he can control I want to say 25% of Ink King, but he still hasn't activated it. Ever since his birth, he still has activated it, so he don't know about it. But he can control Ink Master now, perfectly now. There's no drawbacks to it, and like I said before, it's 2 times power, so strong Deku is, the power doubles. Now the person who gets 1 for all in this one, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna get 1 for all, and I don't know who I want to mix the ship with. I want someone that can actually match Deku. Deku likes drawing and ink, but I don't want it to be Momo because it's overused. I don't know about Jiro because she likes music. Mina likes to dance. I don't think it'll be okay for a Choco, but I don't know any Class 1A characters that will fit perfectly with Deku's type. I need someone more of artistic value and more just along that lines, but I can't think of no one. So let's just get on with the story. So now it's the entrance exams. Deku is acquainted with All Might, but he don't say Uncle All Might like Melissa do. He just says, "What up, All Might?" Being nonchalant. Because Deku knows Bendy and Angelica. He knows that they're pretty strong, but he doesn't know the full extent of their power because they said that they in a weaker form right now. So the entrance exam, Deku walks in. People do see his tattoos, what would look like tattoos. And he still got that book that he draws in. Now, since him and Bakugo didn't go to the same middle school, Iko did tell Bakugo about Deku. Yes, I'm gonna keep this in every what if I have. Iko would tell Bakugo, Mitsuki, Misaru every time that she has a son, and if she gives him up, she tells him out, she gave him up, or if she couldn't be with Deku because economic problems, like she couldn't raise money, enough money to support her and Deku, or if something else happened, like she's hospitalized, something like that happens, Inko would tell them about the son she had. So she told them about her son who had black hair and black eyes, completely black eyes, but she don't know what happened to him after she basically gave him up. After she gave him up, he just disappeared. That's what she says. Hold on a second. All right. So Inko basically tells Bakugo that, and she also says that when she did give birth to him, strange liquid was coming off him, which the doctors later found out was ink. So that's all she knows. So, like I said before, Bakugo and Deku aren't sitting in the same seats. No, Deku is far away from Bakugo. Well, not that far away. He actually just one row behind Bakugo. And Deku is doodling on his paper, just drawing random things, and they look super detailed. Like he drew a dragon on his test. Oh, I missed whatever notification that was. Well, I don't even care. Y'all can know my name. My name is Grishan. Yeah, Grishan. So, everything still happens. So Ida still jumps up, saying, "President Mike, he's can't believe you able to make such a mistake." And he points at Deku and says, "You, over there with the tattoos and the one drawn on the paper." As Deku just finished this dragon, and Deku isn't listening to Ida because he has headphones in. Deku has loud music booming in his headphones. So even if you took them off, it would still be pretty loud. So Deku basically drew his dragon, and then he, pulled the dragon out the paper, and it's basically alive. But it's smaller, so it won't cause damage. Just like what's the dragon? Whatever, from the dragon from Mulan. Little dragon played by Eddie Murphy, I think. Think about Eddie Murphy. I haven't watched that in a long time. So, Deku made that kind of dragon, a Chinese dragon. The ones that don't have wings. He's just playing with it. It's spitting fire. No, real fire, not fake fire, real fire. But the fire isn't black; it's actually red. And Deku's dragon is actually black because he didn't have any colors on him, so he just drew it with a pencil. Deku says, "All right, that's enough." Yes, he puts it back into his into the book. As he flips to a different page. Now Deku already knows the robot's points and everything about that because All Might told him about it. So I can't believe my name was revealed, and I don't got time to start this over with and redo it because I don't want to. And frankly, I don't really care if you learn my first name. I was gonna reveal it on my own time, but guess you already know it. Well, I already said it like a couple of videos, but I guess you guys couldn't catch it. I want to say Deku's name, but I just said my name. You already know my last name. I already said it. So, time after that's over with, Deku is annoying either he is ignoring, either he just has his headphones in. And people says, he has headphones in, he's listening to music. President Biden says, all right, everyone calm down, calm down. And you, sit down, please. He says what I was, getting to was, the 0 pointer. And, at this point, Deku is actually drawing a wolf. A very big wolf. And he draws a pack of wolves. These are dire wolves instead of the regular wolves we have now, meaning they're very much bigger. On the next page, he draws a saber-toothed tiger. He then draws a white tiger, the white and black tiger. Next page, he draws more things like lions, cheetahs, bears, helicopters, guns, motorcycle, cars, jetpack. He draws all kinds of stuff. He even drew President Mike. And the people sitting beside him were like, whoa, this dude can draw. And they all go out. I'm doing part 2. They all go outside and they get the numbers to which exam part they gotta go to. Deku gets the same one he gets in Canyon. Then he's there. While he's waiting, he's actually drawing something. He drew a sword. He says, he want to draw this sword. It looks pretty cool, and then, it comes to life. Pulls out the sword, and then, swings it around and says, pretty good weight. It's hard. So he says, all right. As he puts his notebook back, as he, he's standing there with a sword, as President Mike says, the sword he got, it's a katana. Yes, that's my go-to sword. I don't care what nobody say. I really love katanas the way they look, and they're pretty cool. Can't nobody say their go-to sword isn't a katana. Well, you can, but you can't say that they're not cool. There's a lot of swords out there, but my favorite is katana. My second favorite is the Japanese sword that the guards use to basically hook shields and then slice the person up. The same sword that Carter Kane uses, and the same sword that Horus the Egyptian god Horus, the son of Osiris, the one he uses. I just love swords. But I also love guns. But the sad thing is, I barely know the name to any of them. You can love something without knowing the name to it. So, so Deku right now is, currently, President Mike says, when I say go, you guys, go out there and destroy as much robots as you can before the timer is out. Now, Ida, does, tap Deku when he's walking to the front because he thinks he's going to annoy someone. Ida taps Deku. Deku turns around and he takes off his headphones and, hello, what do you need? Ida says, what are you going to do, you delinquent? Because, Deku has tattoos. He looks like a delinquent. Well, he's not. Well, Deku don't say, hello, what do you need? He says, what's up? Ida says, what are you going to do, delinquent? As Deku just looks at him and then he turns around and puts his headphones back in. Because he ain't living with that disrespect. As he just walks away from him, he says, "Don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you. My name is Ida Chenya. I will not live with this kind of disrespect." Ida acting all high and mighty. Deku just walks away from him, not even listening. So President Mike says, "All right, when I count to five, the gates will open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no countdown in a real battle." As Deku blitzes out, then he pulls out his katana and he starts cutting down robots. He then, whilst, mid fight, he then, draws some effects on his sword to basically make it happen. So what she drew was, fire. It looks so detailed, like flames are coming off his sword, so, flames start coming off it. But, no color, like I said before. So it's just black flames. And, Deku does a lot of damage. Like I said, that's a lot of damage. So, so everything is going perfectly fine. Deku gets enough points to get first place. As he stops getting points, then he puts his sword away and he puts it back to his book. Then he hears someone scream for help. He goes over and he sees Uraraka. Now, Deku asks her, "Do you need help, and what is your quirk?" And she says, "My quirk is 0 gravity, and yes, I need help." Deku says, "Why didn't you get yourself out? Just tap the rebel." As she taps it, Deku picks her up. He could have lifted the rebel. He has abnormal strength. He can increase his strength, like I said, with Ink Master. But he don't want to show that off yet, so he brings Uraraka over to the rest of the students, and then he says, "I'm going to take this thing down." As he pulls out a rocket launcher. As he starts shooting it, and exploding the robot. As he's having a good time, having fun with some demolition, blowing things up. That's all our missions. Who don't want to, blow things up? I don't know what's wrong with you, but I love setting things on fire, blowing things up. And who don't like to play with fire? So, after all that is done, Deku leaves. Uraraka, couldn't thank Deku because Deku left. How he left, you might be thinking that. So what happened was, Deku drew what perceived the other people to be basically a little box. He stepped into that box, and that box changed. As that box, grew wings, a back tail feather, not a feather, back things to stabilize. It grew, rotor on the top, and then, it got more aerodynamic, and then it took off like a helicopter. Yes, this is Deku's version of a helicopter. The back rotor is on, and the main rotor. Deku flew away. So, President Mike says, "All right, those of you who did not, pass, please go to different hero schools. So we do still need more heroes out there. So, sorry to those who did not pass." So Uraraka gets, healed by Recovery Girl, and she goes home, and she says if she ever sees Deku again, she's gonna thank him. So, the day comes when Deku gets his note. The officer opens the door. He takes the note in. He brings to Deku. They open it together, and, they see that Deku's, first place. And the officer and Deku high five. Because, Deku sees the officer as, like, a father figure. Like I said, he sees Bendy and Angel as a big brother and, big sister figure. And they did not look like their forms. Like Benny did not look like his demon form yet. It looks like it's more normal form. And no, Angelica did not look like this form. She looked normal, like a human. But with the halo and horns. Benny still had the horns too, but not the tail. And not the sharp claws. So, first day of school, Deku comes in, one of the first people in the classrooms. Because he flew. No, he drove. He drove on his motorcycle. No, I was just playing GTA 5. Why didn't I look at the name of that bike? I don't even care. It started with an H. That's all I know. It started with an H. So, Deku was just drawing in his book, people, things, places, maps, creatures of the dark, sharks, fish, foxes, snakes, dragons. Anything you can think of, Deku is drawing. Just drawing for no reason because he can. With music in his head, listening to it because it does, just keeps him focused, listen to music. I'm saying that it is because of me. When I listen to music, I'm more focused of doing something while I'm rocking with the music. When I listen to what ifs, I still do I still do things like that too. But I listen to what ifs when I'm playing games, and I listen to music when I'm working, doing schoolwork. So Deck was one of the first ones there. Aizawa was already there, and Momo's there. After Deku comes in Todoroki. Now, after a while, Deku gets done just drawing. He's just sitting there, and he pulls off. He makes one of his tattoos go off into the table, and it changes into like a big a puppy, and he's just playing with the puppy. And since his ink actually has color on it, he colored it. The puppies actually look real, and I'm gonna say it's what kind of dog breed? I want to say it's a pity, American Pit Bull puppy. That's one of my favorite dog breeds. Except for my cousin's dog, I just don't know what breed he was. Yeah, it was. Well, my dog. It was pretty much my dog. Me and my cousin raised together. My older cousin, the one you saw in the video. Before that, we raised the dog together. He was white. His name was Gucci. That was my nigga right there. Then he died, and I don't know what they did with the body. Can't remember. I don't know if they buried him. If they did, I forgot where they buried him at. I think they buried him, but I forgot where at. Then he had more dogs. I forgot their names. I forgot what he buried. Well, when they went. My cousin's dog was so smart. We couldn't stand him for how smart he was. Cause we put him in his cage. He learned how to put the thing down you close to keep the cage closed. He learned how to put that up and let him get out. My cousin locked it. He dug under the ground so he can get out. My cousin put the cage over cement. He used his dog house to jump out. My cousin just got tired of him, so he just put something over the dog house. Said he couldn't get out anymore. It was so funny. We just found him outside on the porch, wondering how he got out every day. Enough about my personal life. So, Deku was still playing with the puppy. And it sounds like a real puppy actually, barks and everything. People coming in, they see Deku with this dog. They wonder where it came from and why does he have a puppy and how does he have it. But people don't want to approach him because his tattoos they make him look like a delinquent. Make him look like someone that's actually a bad person. After a while, everyone gets in there. Uraraka, thanks Deku and asks him whose dog is this. Deku says, it's technically mine. But, I created it. It's a part of my quirk. It says, what? Asks, no. The dog jumps back onto Deku's arm and, becomes tattoo again. Everyone is shocked from this. Then Aizawa wakes up and says, alright, everyone calm down. Shut up. My name is Shoto Aizawa. I'm a homeroom teacher. He tells everyone to sit down. Talks them the same amount of time as he can. Said that won't do, not at all. Alright, put on these uniforms, go outside, we're gonna do a test today. Wanna see how much, strength your Quirk's got, how much body, strength you have too. Quirk apprehension test. They say, what about orientation? Aizawa says, what about orientation? Us teachers have free reign over our classroom, so we can choose what you guys do and what you don't. So you won't be doing orientation. I'm hungry again. I just cooked me some burgers. But I ain't cook them right. They didn't taste right with ketchup. They tasted better alone. So, there's no comfortable way to lay down in a bed. Unless you ain't trying to record. So, So Deku gets up, he goes to the locker room, he's changing, everyone comes in, they see all of the tattoos over Deku's body, and they do see some scars that, and Kirishima says, dang dude, you're ripped. What's your workout regimen? Deku says, well, usually I lift 2,000 pounds a day. Just do that. 2,000 pounds, that's 1 ton. Yes, Deku can lift 1 ton, like Batman. He lifts that regularly. He's getting to the point where he's actually going to have to go over that. Kirishima says, dude, that's so, tough. How do you do it? Deku says, well, with my arms and my legs, mostly, And because I have lifted weights way over, the course of my time. I noticed that notification late. Okay, if you think I'm not noticing these notifications because I'm not caring, it's because, I have my eyes closed. And I open them, but, my eyes just want to stay closed. It's just weird. It just feels more, natural. So, the way the weights work for Deku, whatever number of weights he put on, whatever number he puts on the weight, that's how much they weigh. So if he put 1 ton on the weight, it will weigh 1 ton. If you put 5 pounds on one, it will weigh 5 pounds. Mineta, he starts peeking at the girls, and Deku didn't like this, so what he did was, tells Mineta if you keep doing that, he's gonna punish him. I missed the notification, don't even know what it was, but I will see you about it later. And, Mineta says, what you gonna do? So Deku pulls off one of his tattoos, he puts it on the ground, Mineta falls into a hole, he pulls out another tattoo and he puts it on the ceiling, and, it's like on Portal, the game Portal. So, a whole bunch of, Mineta just falling through he's getting he's getting disorientated. So Deku grabs him. Mineta is just don't know what's happening. He can't see anything or hear anything. He basically just threw up. So what Deku does, he draws something. Well, he drew something that can fit into the hole and basically block it off. He puts it inside the hole, and it's blocked off now. Everyone goes outside, and they're just waiting. Aizawa throws the ball to Deku, says you got first place. Bakugo is a little bit mad that he can get first place. So Aizawa says, what's the farthest you got in middle school? Deku says 1,000 meters. Everyone is shocked. Aizawa says, without your quirk, 1,000 meters. Alright, throw with your quirk. Deku says, you want me to go full power or just... Aizawa says, I want to see you at your full. So Deku uses Ink Master. So Ink Master doesn't really change his appearance that much. Just makes his hair more blacker. And, it does make his hair drip ink. So Bakugo sees that, and he puts it together with Inko says, on his body was dripping this weird substance, it's black. His hair was black, Wait, I don't think about this right. No. Yeah, I don't care. Anybody say his hair was black, even though he didn't have hair at the time, his hair was black. Cause that's what everyone be assuming. Deku was just born with hair. But we all know how babies made. Well, those of us who know. No, they ain't born with hair. So, all that happens. Deku throws the ball. Since it's twice, his power is doubled. It's actually throwing it to 2 tons. And he uses his ink to basically make a rocket ship and shoots the ball. Well, he throws the rocket, and then, he activates it, and then it shoots off into outer space. Going for an infinite number, if he really wanted to. As I says, infinite. Everyone was shocked. Then everyone else threw. Uraraka is the only other person who got infinite. Now, the jump, Deku gets high. Basically he can fly. Make wings. Taking more of, Angelica and Bendy, he makes, demonic wings. Well, a devil wing and an angel wing. They wonder why his wings don't match, Deku says. Because he has 2 role models or 2, people that he look up to. One has, demonic wings and one has angel wings. What was I going to say? Yeah, Bendy has wings. He can make wings if he really wanted to. So can Angelica. They look like angel wings. Like demon wings. So, yeah. Grip strength, 1 ton. Well, 2 tons, because, still an Ink Master. They say his grip strength, he breaks it. His grip strength is proportional to his strength. The race, Deku basically does the race. He's faster. Faster than Ida. Couldn't even keep up. But didn't even see him. He ate the dust. So overall, Deku got first place. Mineta gets the boot. And then comes in Kendo. And taking Kendo's spot is Shinso. Yes, Shinso is in class 1B. Hee hee. So that's over with that day. Now it's on to the fights. All Might rushes through the door, comes to the door like a hero. Deku doesn't really say anything because he is not paying attention. His eyes closed with music booming. Alma says we're gonna be doing, battle testing. He sees Deku. He says, "Oh yeah, what's on Deku's name again? I forgot. Oh yeah, I forgot to look up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it in the community tab what Deku's name means. Okay, so Alma just says Deku's name. Deku isn't paying attention. Listen to music. It's pretty loud, so Alma walks over, takes off Deku's headphones. Says no. If earphones, it says no. Deku's name. Pay attention. I'm gonna call the police officer's name. And Deku says, find. Everyone's wondering, how Deku knows All Might. And then, Alma says, all right, get on your hero costumes and go outside. Which Deku really doesn't need a hero costume because if he really, you do. He gets a hero costume that he can basically draw on. He can draw anything on it. So, people do ask him how he knows All Might. And Deku says, no. His adopted father, basically, knows All Might. He's friends with him. And that's all he knows. I've been living with, my adopted father for 4 years. But for 10 years, I lived on my own, by myself, getting raised by two people called Bendy and Angelica. They part of my quirks. They sentient. They can speak. So, they says they're pretty cool, but, can we see them again? Deku says I can summon them, but, they're going to be in their weaker forms. And, I don't really summon them that much because they don't want to be coming out that much. But, when they do, we pretty much, hang out. Deku says I'll summon them later on, but not right now because I want to see, do the test. So I said you're already looking like heroes, and he gives everyone the same teams they have mechanic because I don't want to change that much. So Deku asks Uraraka, does she want to finish this quickly, or do you want to take it slow? Rock says, I would prefer quickly, but I don't know how we can. Deku says, oh, I have an idea. So, they make up a plan, and Rock says, okay. So what Deku does is, he, draws a grappling hook, and when she shoots it up, he gives Uraraka to make herself, weightless, and she does, and she climbs up the rope. She gets on the roof. Deku, climbs it up himself. They're on the roof. They pick up the grappling hook. Deku puts it back into his drawing. Then he goes over the building. Then he, picks out one of his drawings that he made. He places it on top of the roof. And then he clicks the power button to it, and then it comes on. He can see through the floor. So basically, what it did, it drilled a hole in it, and he put a camera through it. And that's what the power button do. He can see through the camera. So he sees everything. He sees Ida. He sees Bakugo leave. And, so he thinks this is perfect timing. He, pulls the thing back. He puts it back into, on his arm. He draws something on his suit. And then, he basically puts it on there. He places it on the roof. It cuts a hole through it. Then he pulls it up. He slides it to the right, and then, he puts, a rope behind Ida. Ida doesn't hear it. Deku then, slides down. Uraraka slides down too. Deku gives Uraraka something and tells her to take down Ida, but be, quiet with it. She goes behind Ida and does exactly what Deku said to do, to basically put it around his neck and pull it for at least 1 minute. So she does. She pulls it for a minute, not any longer. and this knocks out Ida. They top the bomb. All my says Hero Team wins. You know, everyone is shocked from Deku and Uraraka's plan. Deku pulls back the rope and he puts it back on, his arm. Bakugo is shocked that he didn't even get to fight. He didn't even see them. So how they won that fast? Deku and Uraraka coming out the room, then go back to the control room, but they had Ida too. And All Might and Momo tell them about their pros. Well, All Might is saying that they did a very good strategy. They surveilled the building first before entering. They silently took down a villain, dropped the bomb, and it was beautiful. No one can say that their plan wasn't bad at all. So everyone else goes, they pass, fail. After that, Bakugo approaches Deku and says, Oi, what's are you Izuku? Well, are you Inko's son? Deku says, who? Who is Inko? Bakugo says, Inko Midoriya, your mother. Deku says, I don't know my mother. I don't know my mother, I don't know my father, I only know my adoptive father. And I only know Bendy and Angelica and the other creatures that I made. Bakugo says, well, your mother's name is Inko. Deku says, how do you know? Because, she basically said you had this strange quirk where this black liquid came off of you, and she says it was ink, and you had the exact same thing. Deku says, okay, but some people have similar quirks to other people, so what does that prove? Even though they did the blood test to Deku, to see who Deku was, and they told Deku of Inko. They didn't tell him her name. He just said, take you back to your mom. That's all Might said. They didn't tell Deku Inko's name. They didn't tell her what she looked like or nothing like that. So he didn't know who Inko was, but he did know he had a mom. Deku says, oh, so that's her name. Her name must be Inko, but I still don't want to see her. Bakugo says, why not? Deku then says, she gave me up. Why would someone wants to go see someone that basically gave them up? So, goodbye. As he leaves, goes back to his house, Bakugo's wondering, did Inko actually give Deku up? All Inko said was she had a son, and she don't know what happened to him. After his birth, she don't know what happened to him. So Bakugo asks Inko, did you give up, your son? Because, he found him, and he looks nothing like the way he described, except for the black hair, and, the dripping stuff that comes out, when he uses, his powers sometimes. The ink. Inko says, yeah, I did. Because when he was born, he had all black eyes and, black hair and that, black substance that was dripping, and it looked real demonic. Well, Bakugo says, well, he don't look like that anymore, and, he has a quirk that allows him, whatever he draws or, does anything like that, it comes to life, and he basically can use it. Inko was shocked from this, because she didn't know, she just thought it was ink, that's it. And this one actually going to lead us off. The USA and the class representative part is going to come in the next part. Thanks for watching. Peace out. And see y'all in the next one.